Hey, welcome back to our second part of anime finales, because the first one was so goddamn long, and unless it's a One Piece arc, I'm not going to edit like a 1 hour episode, so we split it into two, and this is the second half of that episode.
And we're gonna separate state and religion. We are no longer in anime church. I'm Annie, just a reminder.
And I'm Minty.
So let's get back to business. I mean, Fullmetal Alchemist. Let's talk about Fullmetal Alchemist here.
Fullmetal Alchemist is the one ending that's better than Assassination Classroom. Fullmetal Alchemist is just a perfect series. Like, if we ever do a review on Fullmetal Alchemist, it's like 100% all praises, all perfection, all flawlessness. I can't see anything wrong with that series.
I think Roy was raised by a pimp. That's the one flaw I saw. We didn't talk about that enough.
I know. I want to see more Christmas. But I guess we'll specifically talk about Brotherhood / the manga. The original FMA 2003 anime ending. I'll give that 3.
No. I want you to talk about how Edward got transported to a modern time London. Or ye old London.
Yeah, and Envy being like his half-brother, and Dante and Hohenheim were like constantly being reborn. I was like,
Hohenheim was a weak-ass character in 03.
yeah, so I was like, what? I guess the manga didn't end yet, so they didn't know what to do, so they just made their own ending, which is fine, as long as you reanimate like Brotherhood. Then we go on to Inyasha. I give Inyasha a 5 because it's very cute that Kagome and Inyasha ended up together. And to me, I just love the ending that they wished for the Shikon Jewel to disappear, because it's like, I think the show doesn't preach it, but I guess we were all expecting for like Inyasha to either become full human or full demon, because that was kind of like the hint or like his original plan, but for them to wish for the Shikon Jewel, I was like, oh, it's kind of been hinting that, because like the Shikon Jewel is like, it only perpetuates evil, because it's mostly evil people looking for the Shikon Jewel, and anyone who is good and pure ended up having horrible fates. That's why I just think Inuyasha is like a 5 as an ending.
Yeah, I'll give Inyasha a pass. You want to just bunch Yashahime in here at the end?
Well, Yashahime gets like a 1.
Yeah, that's a fail. That's a hard fail.
I mean, all of Yashahime was shitty, but apparently there's a lot of behind the scenes of why it was really bad, which you could kind of tell.
I mean, I'll touch on it real fast, is that 100% they got a new director for season 2 who just like, they tried to fix everything. And I think like near the end, that's when they was told that they weren't getting a season 3. So they had to like literally just make a new ending for season 2. Like the ending completely came out of left field.
Yeah, which if you listen to our playlist, we knew, it was obvious that like it just wasn't working, and everyone knew it wasn't working. Okay, we already kind of talked about JoJo's in its own ending, its own episode, but let's just go real quick.
Phantom Blood.
4.
Yeah, I'll give it a pass.
It's a cinematic end of him holding Dio's head, then they backtrack it in the beginning.
Battle Tendency.
3.
I give it a fail. I don't like the Battle Tendency ending.
I don't like that was a fake out there. You either kill someone or you don't.
Alright, Stardust Crusaders.
5.
Yeah, give it a pass.
It was a good end. I love Kyakuin, but his death made it more meaningful.
And I think, everyone knows the Johto will fight against Dio. Or you're coming closer to me? I gotta get closer to hit you. I think it was cool that Johto had time-stopping powers.
Yeah.
Diamond is unbreakable. I love part 4. That's a fail.
I'll give it like a 3.5. Like, I'm not super indifferent. Like, I love the whole series, and Yoshikage Kira is like one of the best villains ever. But that ending was wacky.
The weird fight between Josuke and Kira, only for it to end with basically Kira getting defeated by Jotaro and getting his head run over by an ambulance.
Like, what the fuck? Like, they could have just ended with the whole Josuke versus Kira.
Also, controversial. I don't like Another One Bites the Dust.
Oh, the whole time loop thing? Yeah. I don't know if anyone does. Wait, you say it's controversial, so people do?
A lot of people like Another One Bites the Dust. They think it's super clever.
Nope. A lot of things with time travel is not written well. I mean, I think Dragon Ball Z did time travel well. Tokyo Revenger does it pretty good. It's just a little nitpicky, but whatever. Moving on. Golden Wind.
Fail.
1.
He got really OP at the end, y'all.
I will debate forever that Golden Wind is the worst ending of all the JoJo's.
How dare you and your Jolyon standing right there.
We had this episode already. Moving on to Stolen Ocean.
I give it a fail.
That's a 2. Yeah.
I didn't really get it.
And for them to make a whole new universe and then Jolene dies and then Poro had to take over the reign was stupid.
The only JoJo who was not able to complete her part.
Steel Ball Run. I'll give it 4.
I'm gonna give it a pass. I'll begrudgingly give it a pass. I don't like Funny Valentine.
Yeah, I don't like Funny Valentine, and I don't like that the very last battle was between Johnny and Diego. I mean, I get that there's parallelism, but Diego plays such a small role.
And then JoJolion.
I mean, it's still 1.
That's a hard fail. My boy Jovi. Joven got written so badly just so Ted Cruz over there could come in as the main bad guy.
Yeah, wait, was Jovian a good guy or a bad guy?
He was I call him a minor inconvenience. You saw his stand power, right?
No, yeah, but he played a lot of major roles.
He basically just invited more bad guys and then he got killed by an aerosol can.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 children, so his lineage moves on.
Unlike Hot Pants, who got killed by a spider.
Really?
Hot Pants was weird because, like, I believe they approached a cup with a spider in it and it activated Funny Valentine's stand. So then Hot Pants just, like, died there. And it's like, oh, well, unceremonious.
Anyways, outside of JoJo, we have Kuroko's basketball. I give it a 4.
I'll give it a pass. I mean, it's a sports anime, right? It's not as good as Haikyuu, but it did what the job. See, it's really hard when it's a sports slash shoujo slash not shonen because, like, I'm looking for the character growth. I'm looking for, like, the story arcs. And Kuroko kind of stayed the same. Like, albeit he learned some tricks here and there, but you know.
How dare you? But I mean, they won the tournament, and that's great. And they had power-ups, and that was good. But there was no, like, well, what happens to them after this? I mean, you had the last game, but even, like, in the last game, I'm like, it's like a year later. They're still in high school. I have no idea if they become, like, professional basketball players, which I thought it was what the last game was about, but it wasn't.
It was all of them defending their boyfriends.
I basically. Then we go on to Naruto. I don't know if it's nostalgia. I'm not gonna debate this with Annie. It's a 5. No questions asked.
Moving on, because I've so many times we thought about this. Ruined relationships more than Mario Party ever has.
It actually really has, so.
Okay, Neon Genesis. Are we counting the anime or the movie ending?
I don't know the movie end. Oh, wait, the movie ending. The orange seat.
The orange juice, yeah.
Orange.
The anime ended with the whole congratulation of, oh, if I hate myself, I can't expect other people to love me. But I have to accept the fact that people do love me, so that means I can be loved, yada yada. And in the movie, that's kind of when Asuka got her eye stabbed by the lance, and then everyone in the world turned to orange juice, and Shinji tried to choke Asuka.
I mean, like I said, it's based on what's presented, right? So it's gonna be the movie ending, which is supposedly the true ending, right?
Yeah, that's the ending they would have done if they didn't run out of money.
I don't even know if I can give Neon Genesis an ending. That show is so cerebral. I just don't know.
I give it a fail because, like, no matter what, your audience is the general audience, not people who's watching this 10 million times. So if I didn't get the whole metaphor, then I'm gonna give it a fail.
Neon Genesis, man, it's a series of the future. It is so beyond its time.
You have to watch it like several times to get it, and I'm just like, that's not for me then.
It does get better every time you watch it, though.
It does.
Then The Promise Neverland, which is another one me and Annie, I think, disagree on.
I give The Promise Neverland a hard fail. The ending, I mean, you go tell your grand analysis because when we first drafted out this episode, you were like, up, that's my ideas. So you can't say that and sell it as your own.
So I'm conflicted to give it like a 3 or a 4. It's definitely not a 5, but the reasoning being is that like we've all seen season 1 and how fantastic it is and how like smart, and it's like Emma, a little kid, has to go against an adult and use her brain and like team up with the other kids to escape from Mama and like the demons that's holding them. Then you get to like the second season, which was more about them escaping from the demons and being in a world and survivalness. Golden Pond was not animated, but that probably would be one of the best anime arcs ever. That one was also very clever and basically how to survive like a death game. But then when you get to this last arc where like they have to fight the demon royalty and spoiler alert, she comes back with Norman. It basically goes from like a game of wits to a game of just brute strength and sacrifice, kind of, because of the whole what do they call it, like the 7 dreams and where the daytime meets the nighttime. It was really nothing because like, it was just all brute strength. Nothing was smart about it anymore. They added new characters, but these characters played like no major role. Even bringing Norman back just didn't add anything. So I was like, okay, like this series started great. I thought it was gonna keep going like this, but it didn't. I wouldn't say it whiffed it though.
I would say it's hard whiffed it because like one, Emma and Ray, the 2 main characters, played a mostly reactionary role, and they were gone most of the finale to make the new pack, and even that was boring. Oh my god, you're in Twisted Wonderland. You're kids now. What the f are you doing? Get back in the action. The Norman team taking charge and being the most one-dimensional characters I've ever seen was so bullshit. And like, we're all dying because we got experimented on. And then guess what? We're not gonna die anymore. We fixed that somehow. And the whole demon hierarchy is like, I don't care. I really don't care. And so at the very end, when like the one thing I do care about is like Emma, is like, okay, I made a new pack, but I had to pay a price of never seeing you guys again because you are the most important things to me. me. We're just gonna find her in the back. She was in the North Pole with Santa Claus. So like every aspect of the final arc is either we're going to focus on two characters that we just introduced and I don't care about, and the old characters get shafted, or more of a hindrance than helping.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't care for the Isabella arc that happened at the end.
oh, I like that one. That was the only good thing about that last arc.
Like, it was a nice twist that, she still cared about the kids.
And that she like teamed up with all the other moms to defeat the demon.
But like, did we need the other moms' help?
Yes.
Because in the end, they had it against the big bad antagonist. I forget what the family names are.
Ah.
The Reedus family?
Oh, the humans that teamed up with the demon?
Yeah, the Roddies?
Yeah, I don't know.
The Roddies, that they should have been a little bit more important. And don't get me wrong, I like Isabella's death. It's just we didn't need
a lot of it.
Yeah. Like, there was other moments we could have added other than Isabella's death. Like, we didn't have to kill her. And they kept foreshadowing something bad happened to Phil, and he just came out okay.
Yeah, that was weird, right?
It was weird.
I like Phil. Okay. Then Ranma 1/2.
I mean, it's the best ending you can get out of a shoujo. I give it a pass.
I give it a 2. I don't like it.
Well, you just don't like the couple.
It's mostly about the couple series. Is it not a rom-com?
I mean, I guess, but I don't know if that's really like a fair evaluation of the finale.
The whole series is basically about how Ranma and Akane gets together.
Yes.
And they get together. But they are like the worst couple ever. Because I don't think either of them likes each other. Like, they're always jealous when the other one hangs out with another person. But beyond that, they don't like each other. They've never been nice to each other. I love the Akane and Ryoga ship. Ryoga loves Akane. Akane is super nice to him. Why couldn't that have fucking been it? So I think it's a 1. Or did I say 1? 2?
You said 2.
Maybe a 1.5 then. Because I really hate the end of the series. The series itself is very good. I think it's very funny, and the more you watch it, the better it gets.
I wish the hot spring kind of played a big role at the end, but it didn't.
Right? Like, it's just a premise. Then Revolutionary Girl Utena. It's another 90s cerebral show, surprisingly. I mean, it's about like coming of age and like the complexities of what it means to be going through puberty, and it's like, holy shit. Like, some of the shit they had in there was like really rough to watch. And I don't mean rough as in like bad, but like, whoa.
I don't know why you put this here. I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch the end of Revolutionary Girl Utena?
No, I only watched it as a child. I only got glimpses of the incest at the end.
Did you not see the movie?
No, I definitely did not see the movie. I know the Utena disappears and an auntie goes on a mission to be like, I'm gonna get away from my incest brother and look for my lesbian lover.
Basically, yeah.
I don't know why Utena disappears.
Again, very cerebral. It's another one I really can't grade on. Then we go to probably what I personally think is the worst anime ending ever, which is 7 Deadly Sins, or Nanatsu no Taizai, as Annie likes to call it. I guess a lot of people do, obviously. It's like a 0. If I could put it on a 1 to 5 scale, it's a 0. It doesn't make sense. I don't like it. Everything was just shoehorned in. Everything was written on a whim, clearly. It was not based on like a trajectory or like being up themes. It was just like whatever was cool. Oh, I just want to wrap this up real quick, but like I didn't need it to be wrapped up because the way you wrapped up makes no sense. I still cannot believe they did not kill the Supreme Goddess, because she's just as bad as the Demon King in my opinion.
I mean, okay, in an analytical way of exploring why Nanatsu no Taizai, another series I dedicate too much of my time in reading. So Nakaba Suzuki, the author, he wrote each chapter without planning for the next. So each week, it was just like, okay, how do I progress? What would be cool? And you could really tell at the end when he's tried to tie in all the strings that he didn't really plan anything well. And he kept just trying to do things that thought the fans would like, okay, I gotta give Bon a power up. I don't think that many people are interested in Diane, so I will not develop Diane. People like Elizabeth, but I don't think anyone really cares about Elizabeth, so I'll focus on Meliodas. I'm gonna keep him in the limelight as much as I can. And everyone likes Meo and Esterosa, make them more important. And so in the end, you just got a bunch of fanfare, but it didn't really make anyone happy because the story suffered from all the characters just trying to play a role in the limelight. I mean, Nakaba said himself, one of his biggest problems of 7 Deadly Sins is that he introduced way too many characters and he kept having people ask, oh, what happened to this character?
Just drop them.
I don't know why that's a problem from him. And then he decided to make Four Nights of the Apocalypse, where you don't get rid of any characters, you just keep adding.
I mean, like, Naruto dropped the whole 9 rookies. Fuck, just drop them. I don't give a no one gives a shit. They don't play a role in the series, just fucking drop them.
Like, biggest example of him caring more about the characters than the story is when he was like, Demon King has to come back to life because I have to finish the Zeldris and Gelda storyline that everyone cares about. It's like, hey Nakama, guess what? You didn't have to do that. We would have just been happy if you just ended on the chapters you called epilogue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Even then, it was pretty shitty of an ending.
Even then, but
You know, it's still pretty shitty. It would have been a 1 or 2 if it ended there, but specifically the Arthur one
the Chaos Arc
is a 0. Makes no fucking sense. I don't give a shit about Arthur. Once he lost the Excalibur sword, I don't give a shit about him.
And I'm sorry, Nakama, I'd rather you not make Merlin a child than finish her storyline. You fucking lonely. Anyway, quick shout out to Steingate. I will never do an episode about it, but when people say Steingate's the #1 anime, I will fight them. That was a shit anime.
Yeah, you've had this one as your least favorite anime for the longest time.
For a very long time.
I don't know why you wanted us to talk about the ending. I give it a 3. I don't give a shit about it.
Because basically the whole thing's about time traveling and having a harem, and in the end it's like, okay, F everyone else in the harem, I only care about this one girl, but I am going to try really hard to keep Bucket Hat Girl alive. Hey Bucket Hat Girl, what was our relationship? Because I'm definitely gonna bang Redhead. Like, they could have been siblings for all I know.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The anime that's really popular, like Steingate, Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, I just wanted to shout out being like, I don't get you.
Yeah, how come we didn't talk about Devilman Crybaby? That is my least favorite
I
anime
never
of all
told you
time.
that was a good anime. I told you from the beginning, I only like the opening.
I hate that anime. I can't speak about the original, obviously, because I don't know if that's like exactly how the new one was. I just feel like it was like a Neon Genesis ripoff, and like I didn't need anything from it.
I told you, never watch Devilman's Crybaby and Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
I'm gonna watch that series one day.
I told you not to watch either of those two.
Anyways, wrapping it up, we have a couple more. Toriko. That series is very good in the beginning. It was almost like my second favorite series of all time because I love the world building, I love the animals, and I love the fights, and the characters were very cool, and the designs were nice, and the anime itself is very brightly colored, which not many animes are.
I don't understand why they gave Toriko the anime budget and studio of Dragon Ball.
Because Toriko's hugest inspiration is Dragon Ball.
Who gave him the money?
Hey, it's a good series. You know, especially to the point where they stopped animating. But shit, it just ended terribly.
Look, y'all.
It's a 1.
You get Toriko's time skip, it goes downhill fast.
No, not fast. There was a couple of arcs in the after time skip that are pretty good.
Was there?
Yes, because the first one, I think the first one is Air, the horse, or that's the second one.
Because I remember reading that monkey one and being like, I don't want to be here anymore.
No, I mean, there is a sudden drop.
Okay.
It's just not after the time skip. I want to make that clear.
When they kept focusing on those bird people, I was like, oh my god, why'd you make them all look the same? Why is the name so confusing?
When they went to the fucking underwater sea, that's when the series took a big drop for me. Yeah, they couldn't name the bird people after the main meal. Like, that just got confusing very fast, and they never elaborated that they were named the same, or why they were named the same.
Or shits and or giggles.
And then we'll end this off with like a classic anime that's also 90s and cerebral, Wolf's Rain. I've seen snippets of it as a kid, saw it as an adult, should not have seen it as a kid. That show is holy fuck. It's like, you want to say everyone dies? Now everyone dies in that anime, and each death is really gut-wrenching. Like, holy shit. Although then it's like, what happens? He finds the girl that smells like flowers, and it's taken to like the modern world, and they're all back alive, living their own life. And it's like, why?
I watched 2 animes because my lesbian friend liked it. I watched Terror Resonance, that's the terrorist anime, and Wolfwing.
Terror Resonance?
Yeah.
I haven't heard this one.
Don't worry about it. And I told my friend, I went up to her and was like, I didn't get either endings. Your taste in anime is confusing as hell. And she's like, oh, well, you know, like, I only like old animes where like you have to think and watch the series like 8 times to get the endings. Like, that's why I like Magical Girl Madoka's ending. And I was like, you think too much.
Magical Madoka's pretty clear cut. She's a lesbian.
So Wolfwing, I don't really understand, but I will admit it's probably like Neon Genesis. You have to watch it multiple times.
Sure, yeah. I mean, Wolfwing's definitely easier to comprehend. I just don't know why the ending was the ending it had. You know, like, I was following it up to a certain point, and then I was like, what?
You know, it's another anime I really hate that a lot of people seem to like. Because a lot of people like Wolfwing, and that's like started the wolf, subculture, I think. And
in the anime world.
yeah. Space Dandy did not care for that.
Oh, yeah. Space Dandy, I feel like was more like 50-50 people liked and hated it. I mean, I hated it. It's not probably down as the top 10 worst animes. Not the worst, because that's Devilman Crybaby.
That's NNT, man.
I mean, as a series in general.
Gotcha.
Endings, yes, it's definitely 7 Deadly Sins. So that's the end of our very long episode, because Annie really likes to shit on things.
And with that, I'm gonna say bye.